My name is HanJin, and I'm a music producer, and I'm currently based in Hong Kong. I make records for Mandarin and Cantonese CDs, and for Chinese people to listen to. And you can look at my work on www.tanhanjin.com. This interview is made possible by the directors of Music New Album and musicartlife.blogspot.com, and I want to thank them for making this possible. The thing I want to say today is that I'm going to be in Singapore on the 27th of November for a jazz show at the Esplanade Recital Hall. So get your tickets at sistik.com or at esplanade.com, or you can look up information on my Facebook page or on my website, www.tanhanjin.com. A couple of questions have been given to me by the directors of these websites, and I'm going to get at them one at a time. First one is what sparked off this idea of organizing raw jazz recital. Well, the curious thing is what sparked off the album. Now, the album was really a random thing that I encountered when I was in Hong Kong, and I was having a long day in the studio, and I kind of went to a jazz bar called the Gecko, kind of to wind down, and I had a jam session with Jason Cheng, who was the piano player then, and that hit off really well, felt really good, and that made me decide to do a jazz album. So step by step, from the CD to the promotion in Singapore, and then came with this idea that I should do a show, and Esplanade said why not do a show at our place? So of course I'd say yes, and the date is on the 27th of November, and I hope you guys will be there. The second question is, what is Raw Jazz Music Recital about? Well, essentially, it's about the culmination of this whole trip of making the CD, and this is kind of going to close it for me in Singapore. At least I hope not, but you know, it's as far as I can see. And who are the musicians performing together with you for this concert in Singapore? Well, if you look at my Facebook page, you'll see that Aya is going to play the piano, Aya Sekine, and Tony Macaroni is going to play bass, and Tam Bungi is going to play drums. Now Aya, I've seen her play many occasions when I was gigging in Singapore when I was in university, and she's always been this really heavy and you know, overwhelming player, and I'm really happy to be able to play with her. And she's kind of putting everything together, kind of like the band leader. And she was one who introduced me to Tony, and I'm looking forward to working with him for the first time ever. Bungi, on the other hand, was my schoolmate in university, and we played in a band together, but we were playing rock and roll music like Red Hot Chili Peppers. So I'm kind of excited as to how this show is going to take shape and take form, because I really don't know exactly how the arrangements are going to be, but we can expect something heavier than what we hear on the CD, because we're going to have drums. It's going to be just a little bit more groovy, because you know Bungi is really hard and groovy and everything, so I'm sure he's going to inspire me to, you know, make up some new arrangements and stuff to share with you at the show on the 27th of November at the Esplanade. The next question is there any special guest performer or original songs where you'll be featuring in this concert? The answer is yes, Aya, Tony, and Bungi, and my trusted little trumpet player, which I will introduce to you in a little bit. What are the highlights for the performance? The highlight is, for me at least, is that I'm going to be playing with these guys for the first time, and it's going to be a new take on the whole jazz ensemble approach, because the album essentially was about doing it old school way, doing it like the way Nat King Cole used to do it back in the day, and you know, Oscar Peterson Trio and stuff like that. But now we're kind of taking it a bit new school. We're kind of taking it a bit closer to home, and I'm not exactly sure how it's going to turn out, but I do know it's going to be crazy and it's going to be fun, because with the characters that I have in the band, you know, you just never know what's going to happen with them. What words do you wish to convey for your fans, friends, and family coming to the concert? Well, I hope you come, you know, because if you don't come, then you really don't get to see what happens. And I'm really excited about it, and I hope you come and share the experience with me. And yeah, be there or be square, you know. 27th of November at the Esplanade Recital Studio. Come, get your tickets, cystic.com, esplanade.com, or you can check out my stuff on worldwideweb.tanhanjin.com. And last but not least, and this is the most important part, I have to thank the directors of musicnewalbum.com and Music Art Life SG blogspot.com. That's a tongue twister. And really clever name right there. And since this, if you've been watching this little interview right up to this point, I guess it's only right that I say thank you. And I thought I'd like to play half the song for you, kind of like a jazz standard thing. Yeah. Tall and tan and young and lovely, the girl from Ipanema goes walking and when she passes, each one she passes goes, ay, oh. When she walks, she's like a samba that swings so cool and sways so gently that when she passes, each one she passes goes, ay. She doesn't see, she doesn't see, she doesn't see. Oh, I forgot to introduce to you my trumpet player. He's the guy that goes That's him. So catch us and Aya and Tony and Bungie at the Esplanade on the 27th of November at the Recital Studio. See you there. Bye bye.